In this video, we're going to be looking at section 6.4, adding exponents. And our central question will be, how do I work with exponents when multiplying identical bases? So when I'm doing this, I need to, let's do some vocabulary real quick. Let's say I have 3x to the second power. 3, this is a base number. The x is our base variable. So it's a base because it's kind of down low, or it's not in the exponent. So that's what makes it a base. And then everything up high we call our exponents. So the 2 is my exponent. Okay. So our rule is, when I multiply identical bases, I add their exponents. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bunch of different examples. And when you feel like you're comfortable and you've got it, you can go ahead and move on to the assignment. But at least try to go through like the first 3 or 4 with me before you do so. So 1, let's say we had 3 squared times 3 to the 5th. Well, I have identical bases. Both of them have this 3 as the base. So if I have identical bases, I can add their exponents. So I'll have 3, the base stays the same, and then I can go 2 plus 5. I'm just going to add the 2 and the 5, and then I get, my answer will be 3 to the 7th. So the base stayed the same, and I added the exponents. So let's try that, but throw a variable in there. So let's say we have x x to the 4th times x to the 5th. Well, my bases are the same, so I add the exponents. So my base stays the same, and then I'll add 4 plus 5, and I get x to the 9th. Okay, let's do another one. Let's get up the difficulty a little bit. Let's say I have x y to the 4th times x squared y to the 3rd. Well, which ones are the same? Well, this x is the same as that x, so I can add their exponents. So I'm adding their exponents. We got to remember that there's a hidden exponent. Let's write that in. So there's a hidden 1 right there. So my x will have 1 plus 2. The 1 from the first x, the 2 from the second x. And then my y will have 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3. Similar bases, add the exponents, and we simplify, and we get x to the third power, 1 plus 2 is 3, y to the seventh power, like so. Okay, let's do one more example. We'll do quite a few more examples, but okay, so we're going to go 3 x to the fourth, y, times 4 x to the fifth, y to the sixth. So how we're going to approach this is we multiply our base numbers together. 3 times 4, that's going to be 12. And then I add the exponents of the similar bases. So 3 times 4 was 12, and now I'll add the 4 and the 5. So I get x to the ninth. And then we have that hidden exponent on the y. There's always that 1, even when we don't write it. So it's 1 plus 6 would be y to the seventh. Okay, so let's do some more examples in the back. So let's go 4 squared times 4 to the third power. Let's try this one. X to the seventh times x to the ninth. Let's go x, y to the eighth, x to the fourth, y. And we'll do one more. Do 4x to the seventh times 2x to the fifth. Okay, similar bases. They both have a 4. So we add the exponents, 2 plus 3. So I get 4 to the 2 plus 3 equals 4 to the fifth. We're done. Okay, similar bases, x and x, add their exponents. X to the 7 plus 9 is x to the 16th. And we're done. Now when I have multiple variables, I only want to add the exponents of the same variable. So I have x and x. Let's write in our hidden 1. There's my hidden 1 right there, attached to that x. So I'm going to combine these two. They have the same bases, x and x. So I have x to the 1 plus 4. X to the 1 plus 4. And then my y, there's a hidden 1 on the y. But they're the same. They have the similar bases. So I'll say y to the 8 plus 1. Y to the 8 plus 1. Then we combine our exponents. So I get x to the fifth, y to the ninth, and we're done. Now when I have base numbers, we multiply those base numbers together. 4 times 2. So I'm going to have 4 times 2. That's from the base numbers. So my base numbers, 4 and 2, they're base numbers. So I'm going to go 4 times 2. And then my x, since they both are the same, I have an x to the seventh and an x to the fifth. So that's going to be x to the 7 plus 5. And so we'll get 8. 4 times 2 is 8. X to the 12th. So when we have similar bases, we add the exponents. And when our base numbers are being multiplied, we multiply those base numbers. So that's how we can add exponents when we have similar bases. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.